you remember that eureka moment? That exact moment when you understood why you wanted to stack precious metals? You didn't know exactly how to do it yet, but you knew emphatically that it was something that you wanted to do. No, something that you had to do. Then you spent those hours upon hours watching stacking video after video, trying to absorb as much knowledge as you could so that you could get started as quickly as possible. What you thought would take only hours or maybe days to understand manifested into weeks and possibly months. For me, it was about 3 months of learning before I bought the first precious metal for my wealth retention stack. I wanted to know I was doing it right, not blindly walking into a scam or a pipe dream. I wanted to know if it was even going to be profitable. Could I afford to stack? Where would I get it? What would be my strategy? And what was my end game? I had question after question, and they all had to be answered to my satisfaction before I committed to becoming a stacker. Even after I decisively engaged and was totally committed to the stacking philosophy, I kept discovering more information and facts that still today continue to mold me as a stacker. I really appreciate all those who unknowingly guided me to where I am today as a stacker. Nowadays, I try to offer that same kind of knowledge to those who are still in their stacking fact-finding phase. Well, fellow stackers, I had another eureka moment. Cryptocurrency. I don't know everything I need to know yet, but I know it's something that I want to do. No, I have to do. Is this subject controversial? Yes, but not much more controversial than silver stacking is to the general public today. There are many parallels to stacking and cryptocurrency, many more than I even thought existed. Most of the world has no real knowledge of cryptocurrencies, pretty much like precious metals. According to the University of Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance, who conducted a global cryptocurrency benchmarking study, the current number of unique active users of cryptocurrency wallets is estimated to be between 2.9 million and 5.8 million. The current world population is estimated to be at 7.5 billion people, so less than 1% of the world population owns cryptocurrencies. Silver stackers comprise of approximately 75 million worldwide, which is still only 1% of the global population. So both camps are extremely unique to the world population at large. Now, you might argue that it's by choice and that cryptocurrencies are too risky and only a fool would own cryptocurrencies. Where have we heard that before? How many times have you been told that silver stacking is foolish and that we will never get to a point where we need to own physical precious metals? Sounds really familiar, right? With cryptocurrencies, it all began with Bitcoin and a digital payment system released as open source software in 2009. Today, there are more than 700 cryptocurrencies available for trade on market exchanges online, but only a few dozen have reached a market capitalization above 10 million as of 2017. Both silver and cryptocurrency markets are extremely volatile and difficult to predict, but both markets have shown stability and survival resilience. 8 years ago, in 2009, an ounce of silver was $2.39. In June 2017, it is $17.30. That's an increase of $14.91. In 2009, a single Bitcoin could be bought for 7 cents. In June 2017, it will cost you $2,800 US. That's about a $2,800 increase. On 3 March 2017, the price of a Bitcoin surpassed the market value of an ounce of gold. Most of us stack precious metals for the security of sustaining our personal wealth. We all know the global financial crisis is inevitable. How it will manifest itself, when it occurs, and how severe it will impact us as citizens remains to be seen. But it will happen. That's why a stacker believes in the phrase, "If you don't hold it, then you don't own it." Because it is this phrase that really represents the actual fundamental principle of stacking. We have physical possession of our wealth because we know it's the only way to ensure true ownership. The price of precious metals in relation to fiat currency goes up and down every day. There are so many factors that influence the price of precious metals. Countries are already utilizing bail-in laws, which basically is a legal power to confiscate any wealth in the financial industry. That includes personal and business bank accounts, IRAs, property, investments of any kind like stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Anything that is considered wealth, the government, by executive order, can take to sustain the solvency of the nation. How much they take from you and whether or not you get any of it back is completely up to the government, and there is nothing you can do about it. And this is precisely why I stack physical precious metals. A stack is outside of the financial infrastructure, non-reportable, and untraceable until it's sold. I own it, I control it, I decide when and where it will be spent. There are no fees or taxes as long as it's in my possession. I discovered that cryptocurrencies are very much the same. Cryptos are not a physical item. Rather, they are a digital representation of wealth. This wealth is accessed only by a key, which is an alphanumeric series of usually 32 characters. Absolutely no one else should have the key to your cryptocurrency wallet. But be mindful that if you happen to lose that key, you can never again regain access to that wealth. No one can. It's lost forever. There are many ways to store and access your crypto wealth, sometimes referred to as coins. It can be done in an exchange wallet online, on a smartphone wallet in the cloud, in a file wallet on your PC, and there are many others. But all of those pose a certain level of security risk because at some point they are accessible via internet and therefore can be hacked. That is why I choose to use what is referred to as a cold storage wallet. There are many different types, but I chose the Ledger Nano S. Now, I'm not going to do a review on the Ledger in this video, but basically it is impervious to hacking, it is completely isolated from the internet, it actually has no ability to even be connected to the internet, viruses cannot affect it, and it can't be cloned or anything like that. It is a physical storage device to secure your keys that are the only access to your wealth, just like a safe. My cold storage wallet cost about $65, but for what it provides, it is priceless to me. Its cost sure beats my $3,500 TL30 safe, and actually provides better security for an infinite volume of wealth. Even if you lose the device or it's stolen, there's no way for anyone else to access the key to get to your wealth. But you can regain access through a special security phrase that you keep on paper in a safe place. Then all you have to do is transfer the wealth to another wallet and you're back in business. With a cold storage wallet, your wealth is untouchable, untraceable, untaxable until you liquidate, and no fees of any kind. You can have hundreds of bitcoins worth $2,800 each and hold them in the palm of your hand. Travel across any border, no customs, no VAT, no heavy suitcase. If you want to send wealth to a friend in Europe, you can in minutes. No wire transfer fees, no Western Union fees, no FedEx or shipping costs of any kind. There is a one-time transaction fee, but it is incredibly small. The best part is that it's completely outside of the banking system and outside of any government intervention. You are your own banker. What about its value? The price of a cryptocurrency is determined by those who buy and sell it in what is probably the closest thing to a real free market as you can get, driven by supply and demand and without manipulation. That's one thing that we certainly can't say about our silver markets. We have to wait until the silver market can no longer be manipulated before we can truly capitalize to obtain the wealth of our stacks. We all know there is not enough silver to go around when the world monetary collapse event occurs, and everyone in all the different markets will be selling everything and running to the precious metals for haven. When all the precious metals are all bought up, what do you think might be the next best place to try to quickly store your wealth? Maybe cryptocurrencies. So many will be so desperate to put their money anywhere they can to salvage as much of it as they can, and I feel confident that many will go the crypto route. When this happens, it will increase its value the same as with the silver markets when everybody tries to get in. Bitcoin has a 21 million coin cap. That's it. No more will ever be made again. No chance of inflation due to creating more money. No more printing money for bailouts to banks, mortgage companies, the auto industry, or governments. About 17 million coins are in circulation so far, but once they are all dispersed, they can only increase or decrease in value based upon supply and demand. What a wonderful concept. Think of how we value things because of their rareness. If you absolutely know that no one can go out and create another Bitcoin, and the one that you have is guaranteed to be one of 21 million in a world of over 7 billion people, well, that gives a Bitcoin a pretty good opportunity to be valued proportionately to its rarity. Nothing is guaranteed, not even our silver stacks, but I feel that this may be our future. Before I understood the digital currency system, I was totally against it for fear that those who control it would control you. And that would most certainly be the case if the digital currency were to be created by the IMF or central banks. But what about a pure market-controlled digital currency that no bank or government can manipulate? I mean, they can buy it all up, but that's okay too. There are over 700 other cryptocurrencies that can take its place. And what will the government use to purchase it? Because very soon, no one will be accepting US dollars for payment for anything, no matter how many of them you print and flash in someone's face. All their leverage is gone. The people can take back control of the economy and their countries. I am seeing cryptocurrencies like stacking. I will be able to use it to hedge against inflation because it is not attached in any way to fiat currency. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin itself is the base cryptocurrency by which all other cryptocurrencies are measured. In a way, it's similar to how the US dollar has been the base currency for the IMF basket of fiat currencies since 1944. If you are a more conservative type stacker like me, and are in it for the long haul, you can buy cryptocurrencies and hold them and let its market price increase its value in relation to fiat currencies, or you can buy cheaper and newer cryptocurrencies and flip them for a quick profit. But I will say, just like with precious metals, you do have to do your homework and calculate a potential value increase and how much public demand there will be for a particular crypto that you want to buy. And just like flipping silver, it does have its risks, and it's not for everyone. As long as people place value in something and they are willing to accept it for goods and services, then it truly does have value. I believe that cryptocurrencies have finally turned that corner and are in their infancy of public acceptance as a legitimate alternative to central bank fiat currencies. I still have much to learn, but I'm enjoying the new excitement of discovering another means to retain my wealth.